This video is about decisions. Because every decision has its own risks, but at the same time, it pushes our boundaries. We make the world more resilient. We are Swiss Re. We anticipate and manage risks from natural catastrophes to climate change, from aging populations to cybercrime.
This year we started with underwriting activities in Slovakia. Our underwriters are in direct contact with our clients, and they started to underwrite facultative business from Bratislava.
Together with our clients, we develop solutions and help the world to rebuild, renew and move forward. We helped to carry the burden after the tragedy of Titanic in 1912, as well as after recent hurricanes in the Caribbean and wildfires in California.
In case of an insurance event, we know how important it is to react promptly. Our teams are providing immediate help to our clients if such events are happening. Our financial divisions in Bratislava act as a backbone for entire global finance, and they are actively involved in developing new solutions for the entire group.
Today, we protect people, businesses, cities, and true jewels of nature.
Our business services team are the right hand to our client managers and underwriters. They support them in their analytical, organizational, and administrative tasks to help the clients and to develop their new deals and contracts. Can you imagine a company without IT? We neither. Our IT crowd are involved in providing solutions and applications to all Swiss Re lines of businesses. As part of that, our analytics specialists are involved in developing solutions with our clients, including parametric products and geoinformation insurance products. 2006, Asset Management was the first unit which established their operations from Bratislava. Today, our colleagues are taking care about our investments and assets from Bratislava.
In the 1970s, we were among the first companies that understood the impact of climate change. We have decided to lead by example. Almost 100% of our assets fulfill ESG criteria. We are committed to the UN Global Charter. We reduced our energy consumption by 30% and our carbon footprint by 50%. Our vision of a resilient world brought us closer to the city. Our home, Bratislava. We have decided that the place where we work has to be the best. And it needs to be a safe place for diverse talent. Awards are motivating, but they are not the key. Our people are the key to unlock the potential of our business. Every day they decide how and where they will put their skills and experience in use. We need talented, passionate people willing to challenge the status quo, who can decide even when there's a lot in stake. We have decided that we are smarter together. And what is your decision?
Ahojte všetci, vítam vás na dnešnej Night of Chances zo Swiss Re. Začnem teda takto po slovensky, keďže naše publikum je slovenské a potom to postupne switchneme do anglického jazyka. Máme tu dnes s nami významného hostia, CEO Swiss Re slovenskej pobočky. Aby som sa na začiatku aj ja predstavil, kto sa tu s vami dnes bude rozprávať, keďže pod týmto respirátorom to asi nie je vidno. Moje meno je Jakub Ptačin. Ja som taktiež CEO. Akurát je medzi nami taký maličký rozdiel, okrem toho vekového samozrejme, že ja som CEO približne 18 ľudí a Nima je CEO 1800 ľudí, ale inak to je veľmi podobné v podstate, čo robíme, takže ubezpečujem vás, že moja profesionalita je naozaj taktiež významná. Ďakujem Nextery, že ma pozvala, že ma to nechali moderovať, dúfam, že to neulutujú, dúfam, že to ani Nima po tomto celom neulutuje. Chceme sa poďakovať vám všetkým, ktorí ste napísali a poslali svoje otázky vopred, niektoré som si už ja začlenil do tých, ktoré sa chcem priamo spýtať Nimu a vás ostatných chcem vyzvať, aby ste sa pýtali teda tie otázky a išli na slido.com na hashtag NocSwissRe. Zároveň, mnohí to možno už viete, a keď nie, tak vám pripomeniem, že na webe nightofchances.com alebo .online, môžete si vybrať, nájdete virtuálny firemný stánok Swiss Re, kde nájdete pracovné ponuky a možnosti toho, ako viete spolupracovať, ako viete pracovať práve vo Swiss Re. Takže kedykoľvek počas našej diskusie tam zbehnite, pozrite si ich firemný stánok, aby sme si trošku pripomenuli, ako to bolo ešte predtým, keď sme sa mohli stretávať naživo a tie stánky boli teda naživo, tak takto máte aspoň teda ten virtuálny. A ako som už povedal, nezabudnite sa pýtať aj svoje otázky na slajde. Tam je taktiež aj anketa, ktorú vás prosíme vyplniť, aby mali práve organizátori nejakú lepšiu spätnú väzbu, možno to vedeli urobiť na budúce zaujímavejšie, lepšie, alebo prípadne vymeniť moderátora. Takže aby som teraz začal, ešte mám tak vysvetlím trochu, že budeme mať 4 také okruhy, do ktorých som si to ja dal. Prvý bude, aby sme Nimu trošku lepšie spoznali, druhý bude viacej o firme Swiss Re, tretí bude o tej našej súčasnej nešťastnej pandemickej situácii a štvrtý tak vo všeobecnosti o budúcnosti. A necháme si nakoniec nejakú polhodinku minimálne na vaše otázky, takže kedykoľvek počas teda tejto našej diskusie, počas tohto live streamu sa pýtajte a my tie vaše otázky niektoré budeme vyberať a budeme sa na to pýtať Nimu. So Nima, thank you very much for joining us. It's an honor for us to have someone like you here, and I hope it will be pleasant also for you and for all the people that will be listening to our discussion.
Thank you very much. Actually, it is honored for me to be with you. So I hope that all of us are going to benefit from this conversation.
Yeah, what I want to pinpoint in a way is that yesterday we had this short call with Nima, and he shaved from yesterday till today, so he's looking even better than he did yesterday. And I shaved as well. I just want all of you to know that I also shaved in the morning, but I'm wearing this mask, so you cannot see it, and you really should, because I really did a decent job with that. So Nima, I want to start with so the people and the people that are watching us can maybe know you a bit better. Let me or help me understand, how does someone with a major from physics and astronomy end up as a CEO of a company such as Swiss Re?
So actually, it is not something unusual, because there are a lot of elements of math. Actually, everything that you're doing in physics. However, I have to say that was actually also a question of choice. So I can remember as I went to CERN, the Nuclear Research Center of European Nuclear Research Center, to pick up some topics and get a little bit more some kind of understanding around what is going to be my future. I realized that, oh, wait a second, this is maybe not that what I was dreaming of, yeah. And that's the reason why I decided then to actually move radically toward the economy and to change the direction. So now I am actually more than 30 years in the financial industry, 25 years with the banks. And now this is my 7th year now with Swiss Re in Bratislava.
From what I understood, before Bratislava, you also you were at Slovenia in Ljubljana, and these two countries cannot be more similar in a way. So we have similar flags, our names are similar. Usually on a hockey championship, they used to play a Slovenian anthem instead of ours. How do you feel in Bratislava compared to Ljubljana, and what are your thoughts about these two countries? Can you see any differences, or is it similar for you as well?
No, I wouldn't say it is similar, but there are a lot of commonalities as well. Yeah, I have to say that both countries are very actually performance-oriented countries. Yeah, look actually to Slovakia and how fast after separation from Czech Republic, established the environment and that you have now, and look also to Slovenia, which after the separation from Yugoslavia, more or less actually managed to join the European Union. Both countries are actually introduced euro. So I have to say that there are people who are really, when they're looking actually to get something done, they are doing that as well. However, I have to say that as I was working actually in Slovenia, I was driving on Monday in the morning out for 4 hours to Ljubljana, and then I was coming back on Friday. I am so happy that with Bratislava is only actually the same day commuting, and I can sleep in my own bed. Now with this whole corona and so on, I am sometimes locked actually at home. So with that said, there are a lot of similarities, and I have to say I had a conversation with ambassador of Austria, who was then telling me, you know what, now that you are going to Slovakia, you need to know that Slovenia and Slovakia are exchanging with each other. They post once a month. Yeah, so all the posts which are wrongly addressed to Slovenia are coming actually to the Slovenian embassy in Bratislava and vice versa. And you should be aware about that you are not mistaking your address. Yeah, when you are going to Bratislava.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that like with your career path, when you were a child or maybe during your studies at the university, did you, or have you thought about it that you will be actually managing that many people, or was it the thing that you actually wanted to do, that you saw yourself as a manager kind of type, or you wanted to maybe deep dive in some topics, and this the CEO role actually somehow happened during life, but it was not something that you chose and you wanted. So how was it?
So I have to be quite frank. I was not looking actually to how many people, I'm going to work with. And at the end of the day, this is always a small team that you are leading. Yeah. So it is always, a number between 6 and 12 people. Yeah. That you are working very closely with each other. And more or less, actually, if you have a good setup also in your team, this is not even leading, rather you're participating actually in sharing with each other. Now the job of a senior manager is more or less to set the framework, to define actually a little bit within which framework we would like to operate, what are the key elements, what is the purpose, what kind of strategy we would like to run. But without the people, and without the team, the manager cannot deliver anything. And based on that, I was never thinking about numbers. I was always thinking about the content and impact that you can deliver with the people. And what I really enjoyed, and something that I always wanted to have, was to stay in close touch with people and work with people, because there's also an element of laziness as well. So to be quite frank, I know that I'm actually not good in a lot of stuff. So in order to compensate that, I need people who are good at those stuff. So working in a team is actually always giving the chance to bring in your strengths, and somehow let your weaknesses with those who are strong on it.
Yeah, I read a great book. I think it's maybe 3,000 years old about the war strategy. It's like a book from a Chinese philosopher in general, where he actually explains that it's actually no different to manage 16 people or 100,000. It's just how you split them into the groups, and then
Exactly.
you can manage even 100,000 people. And how does your day look like now during the pandemic? So do you also have all these troubles that all the other regular people have, that you have shitty internet and maybe your child is screaming? So how does this kind of day look like when you are a CEO of such a big company?
Yeah, actually, this is no change. I have to say I have two teenagers who are also partially now at home. So there was a period that they were completely locked in, but now they have some kind of shifting times, that one of them is at the school and the other one is at home. And there were times that we were all actually in our networks. And I could hear actually at a certain point of time, my boys were screaming and saying how greedy I am, that I'm not spending enough to have a proper Wi-Fi so that everybody can work properly. And their system is so slow, nothing is working. But it has nothing to do actually with being greedy or not greedy. When a lot of people are working at home, at the same time, the network is going to suffer at a certain point of time, and that's a normal stuff. And I have a dog and 2 cats, and sometimes today, for example, the cat jumped on the table and sat on my iPad and didn't want to move, and then the dog started to bark. So it is a normal environment.
Nice. So it's completely normal. So we have all the other pains that we all others are experiencing. 2 last questions from this part to help us maybe know you a bit better. One is from our audience. How many books is a CEO able to seriously read a year?
So I have to say, since I also a little bit transferred my reading also to listening, the number increased massively. So in the last 5 years, 6 years, I read something around 130 to 150 books a year. But it has also to do when you're commuting. Yeah. So for the commuting, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, yeah, you have this time to listen to the audiobooks. And then I trained myself, yeah, to actually listen with 1.5 times speed. So with that said, yeah, you are suddenly actually getting a lot more books, yeah, digested. Now the point is, I need the variety. I cannot actually only read the business book, or only read actually the books, novels and so on. I need to actually have a mix of all these type of books. And people are telling me, oh, there's no time, and sometimes I don't have time to read a book. My kids are telling me, my boys are telling me that there is no time to read books, but I'm telling themselves, look, the only thing that we have in this life is time. Now the question is how you are defining your priority and what you would like to do with that time. If you would like to spend actually 2 hours watching YouTube, that is also actually a time that you're spending. The question is how much you're getting out of that. I have to say there are certain YouTube videos that are really educational, and there are certain which at least creates fun.
I completely agree with the audiobooks. It also changed my life and the way how I read or listen to the books completely. And I also do the speed thing. Just my wife hates it, and she really hates it when I put it at faster speed. But from the number that you said, I feel really ashamed. I'm nothing close to the number, even though I started listening to the books, but it's like 50, 60 books a year mostly. So I admire you. I need to get better, or move it even to the faster speed, and then I will catch up.
Jakub, it is not about the quantity. Yeah, it is also around actually how you are capturing and keeping the message. And I have to say, I need actually, after there are certain books that are novels. Yeah, they are just like watching a movie. Yeah, so it is going on quite fast. Yeah, but then there are books that you would like to digest. You need to talk to somebody. And I have friends who are also reading a lot of books. So what I'm trying to do is, once I listened or read a book, immediately to get in touch with some people and share with them what I understood from the book, and so anchor it. And I have to say that this is the best way that you are keeping actually the main messages, and at least when you want to look for something, that you can go and find it much easier.
Yeah. What I do is actually I record this kind of audio notes from those books during the time I'm listening to them, and then I rewrite them into one document that I keep with all the notes from all the books, and that's the easiest way for me how to remember it, because I need to tell it out loud and then even rewrite it. But the discussion with someone else about that book, that must be even better, because you have to think about it even more to reproduce the idea. So I need to start some kind of book club. And one last question from this part to help us know you a bit better is also from our audience. Do you have a hobby of your own that you really commit to regularly?
Actually, reading, when you are reading so many stuff, this is already a hobby. Learning, actually, I would call myself, learning is my hobby. Yeah, because if you are looking actually for sense of life, I would say, learning is one of those. One of the major ones, because at the end of the day, we have a limited time period here, and the question is, how much we can learn and share it with others, so that is also transferred. The knowledge is transferred. That is one part of the story. At the other side, at the moment, unfortunately, we cannot do that here, but I'm going regularly and playing snooker with my friend. Actually, before my boys were born, I was a passionate biker. So driving motorcycles and with my friends, and going on tours, that was a great hobby. But over time, you are changing more or less the habits, and getting a little bit boring person, by only reading and walking. Now I'm spending a lot of time walking, with the dog, and also with the friends, exchanging, etc.
Yes. So let's now move to the more to the Swiss Re part of the story. So how and when you joined the company, and you already mentioned that you started in the banking industry, and you were there for quite some time, and then you moved to Swiss Re. So how it all happened, and why you joined this company?
Yeah, I have to say that I was working actually 25 years in the banking industry. The last 15 years of that working experience, I was always in the operation and technology area, but the last 15 years, I moved more to the strategic topics and focus heavily on the topic of efficiency increases and how you are actually doing the post-merger integrations and bringing with strategic approaches, bringing the cost down. Yeah. So 15 years, in areas that you are cutting the cost, reducing the headcount and so on. At a certain point of time, you have enough. And as a headhunter contacted me and said, there is an opportunity with Swiss Re. And I said, what, Swiss Re? What are they doing? At the moment, I had also this picture of, okay, Swiss, these are chocolates and cows and watches, etc. But of course, I had a kind of idea around insurance and reinsurance business. However, as I understood that this is around, building up something, growing, working with young people, trying actually also to pass some of the knowledge and learn also from them at the other side. That was intriguing, and therefore I said, wow, that's great. And I am now in the 7th year with Swiss Re, and I'm really enjoying to be in this company, because the first day that I joined the company, I thought the company is not real. It's a fake. I thought I'm reading about these type of companies, in the case studies of some business schools, and now I saw that this is real. This is actually really they are very well structured, very well organized. There is a culture, which is coming over actually quite positively and engaging. People laughing, people are engaged. So with that said, coming out of the environment that you were permanently reducing costs and everybody was afraid, tomorrow, I need to be afraid if my job exists or not. It was really a great experience. And I have to say that I haven't regretted that at all, because this was not a kind of culture on the facade of the company. Rather, this is actually into the roots of the company.
And you ended up in Slovakia, so that's also like a huge win for you, I think, when you ended up in Slovakia and Bratislava. Amazing.
Definitely.
You mentioned that you thought yourself that what does Swiss Re do? And you mentioned insurance and reinsurance, but what does Swiss Re do?
So look, what we are doing actually is the simplest way to explain is we are insuring the insurers. That is the simplest way how to explain that. And why this is happening? The insurance companies needs also to look that they keep certain level of capital. Certain risks are going to be maybe too large for them to take, and they need also some kind of security as well. And reinsurance company is coming and taking one portion of that risk, just like selling the premium, getting the premium and selling a policy to an individual. We are doing that actually on a very tailored manner here with our insurance companies. And based on that, we are reducing their risk. By reduction of the risk, they are able to keep more capital because they're transferring actually the variable risk and cost to a fixed cost, and so they can better manage their finance and better manage actually their capital need and even sell more. So that is the simplest way to explain. However, I believe that the nature of the work of Swiss Re is not only the risk transfer, because there's only the transfer of the risk from one party to another party. This is not the only topic that we are doing. We are also seeing ourselves as those who are providing actually risk insights. So educating our customers. And there are not only insurance companies, but also there are corporates around getting knowledgeable around the risk that they are dealing with. And how those risks that they don't want to insure, how to deal with that. That is actually the part of the risk insight. We have a Swiss Re Institute, which we are investing a lot to be on top of what is happening in the world, which is creating risk from the natural catastrophes, all the elements of the digitalization, cybercrime, topics of the climate change. All of these topics are coming in, and we are preparing and looking to all different opportunities as well. And the last part is, okay, you can transfer the risk, you can actually provide insight around the risk, but you can also create partnerships. So that is actually something that we are getting stronger and stronger in that area, and looking to have more and more partners to together create a kind of ecosystem and providing solutions here to our clients. So for example, if I don't know, furniture company would like to actually offer with their product automatically also an insurance, we are there to help them within very short period of time to set up a product that is running under their name, but we are more or less actually running that and operating those products for them.
Interesting. I run a design studio, so I may get in touch with someone from your side, and we'll design this kind of insurance product if I will deliver some kind of really bad designs that will screw something up. So yeah, now I understand a bit better what do you do, and now help us understand how big Swiss Re actually is. So from what I understood, the Bratislava branch is actually second biggest in the whole Swiss Re company. And I already mentioned during the start of this interview that in Slovak language that there is 1,800 employees in Bratislava branch, and you also mentioned yesterday that you grew even in last year, in the pandemic year. So how big is the whole company? How big is Bratislava office? And what I really liked in some of your interviews that I read and watched on TV is that you mentioned that you are committed to Slovakia and that you actually plan to stay here. So if you can maybe elaborate more on this, what do you mean by that you are committed, and how big the whole company is and how big it is in Slovakia, and what are maybe some plans here?
Sure. So we are actually a leading global reinsurance company. That is one part of the story. But at the other side, leading does not mean that you have a lot of people. So if you are comparing us actually, with the National Railway Company of India, we are not existent. We have something around 13,500 employees globally. Operating out of 70 offices in all regions of the globe. It's very strong presence, of course. Traditionally in Europe and in Americas, but also in APAC, and we are growing massively actually also in Africa and the region of Middle East. So with 13,500, saying that suddenly 1,800 of these people are sitting in Bratislava, that is a number, because a lot of people need to be also close to the clients, and need to be in their location, needs to stay close to regulators. So with 1,800, we are the second largest location of Swiss Re. However, the question of locations at the moment with the whole pandemic is a little bit questioned. But the whole idea behind that is that Swiss Re established 15 years ago the Bratislava branch, mainly out of the idea some of the operational topics can be done here. Now, since then, we grew actually to this number, and every year, we had a massive growth. Why? Because the people do not only deliver that what they were asked for, they went beyond that. They went actually and delivered more. They showed that they can take over more complex job, more challenging topics, and because they delivered and they delivered beyond the expectations, other functions, other business lines started actually to put their people more in this location. And I have to say, I joined Swiss Re 2015, and I thought, somewhere around 2016, I told myself, 2017, I'm going to see the stagnation, and then it should go slightly down. And always, I was also telling that internally to all our colleagues who were visiting us. And I have to say, I was proven every time wrong. We are still growing. Last year, we grew 100% above the target numbers that were planned. And that has only to do with we are actually able to deliver. And that's also the reason why we are committed to Slovakia, because we see talents in this market who are working easily in an international environment that we are offering. And at the other side is also willing actually to invest in their own capabilities and to deliver and go beyond the expectations. So that's the reason why we are talking about we would like to become a center of excellence, but excellence means that's what we are doing in everything. And this is a journey. This is not a kind of target or goal, because you're never ever going to reach that. Yeah, every time you can find somebody else, yeah, who is better than you, and even if you are reaching actually the benchmark, yeah, and you're setting the benchmark, then still, yeah, you need to keep and stay there, which means that you need to still stay ahead of your competitors and the competition. So that's actually our commitment. And I have to say that we are quite, the last few years we invested a lot to present ourselves also in the market. As I said, yeah, it is easy to make advertisement for a retail company or, I don't know, for BMW, because everybody immediately can connect and say, that is their product. But with reinsurance, it's a little bit difficult. And a lot of people are thinking, actually, this is a very conservative business, insurances, they are selling policies, and this is boring. Yeah. What we are doing at the moment is we would like to become actually a knowledge-driven, data-driven knowledge company. Yeah, that means we are investing a lot in technology, in digitalization. Yeah, in understanding our clients. Yeah, there are so many different aspects of work. Yeah, in our location that we are a kind of microcosmos of the entire Swiss Re group. Yeah, here in Bratislava, and therefore we can offer more and more opportunities for people who are joining us.
Mentioning opportunities, so you mentioned that you have 17 or 70 branches around the world?
70, yeah.
70. So is it possible for, like, if the pandemic was not here, do the employees travel around the branches, or do they have this kind of option that they can move around the offices?
Yes, we have special programs for that. We have programs, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of functions here in our location, and people who are working with us are in direct contact with those functions, yeah, which are operating also globally. However, I have to say that it is sometimes much easier to come to us, yeah, than to go to the other countries. But this is happening very often, and I'm losing actually every year, yeah, 10 to 15 people, yeah, to those locations, yeah, people who are actually applying for a job, yeah, somewhere else. We had colleagues, yeah, who moved to South Africa, to Australia, to Hong Kong, to Singapore, to Zurich, yeah, to London. So these are the elements of an international company, yeah, which is also putting a lot of value around the topic of diversity and allowing that the people are going here for and investing in their careers opportunities. However, we are also quite a purpose-driven company, and one of the topics that we are very much actually looking at here is also the element of the sustainability and climate change. And because of that, yeah, we have set already 2019, we set the goal to reduce massively the travel as such, yeah, because our footprint, yeah, was massive, yeah, and our goal is actually 30%, yeah, less travel. Okay, last year was no problem at all.
Success,
we made it. We made it even, I think, 95%. Yeah, but in general, yeah, we would like to use more the technology and these are type of opportunities, yeah, to get connected. And it is not only that I am actually getting involved with the colleagues from other locations, but most of our colleagues, yeah, are in direct touch, yeah, with people out of different countries and different regions. Yeah.
You call this Bratislava office like microcosmos, and also you mentioned that there are like quite a lot of different functions within this microcosmos of Swiss Re in Bratislava. What kind of jobs do you actually have there? What kind of positions do you have there?
So on one side, yeah, we have topics around finance, yeah, and finance, yeah, starting actually we have really we can go along the value chain, yeah, starting from the booking to reporting to analyzing, planning, strategic planning, all the elements, yeah, which are coming there. We have from simpler activities, yeah, to much more complex, yeah, topics, yeah, in finance, which is closing closing the books of other entities, yeah, producing their annual reports, yeah, doing the hedge accounting, yeah, building actually the economic value, economic profit calculations. All of these elements, yeah, are a huge part of our activities, and nearly all the business lines that are operating also in Bratislava have the finance teams, and that is one element. The other part is IT. Yeah, so we have around 350 colleagues working in IT in all different type of areas. We have something around 1/4 of the overall data scientists in Bratislava. We are working actually on the topics around customer experiences. We have our enterprise architects sitting here. We have people who are actually working with the business lines around their IT functions, IT finance, IT risk management, all these areas. Then we have actually asset management. So asset management, our job is we are capturing this premium, and then we have to invest this money. That once it is needed, once we need to pay the claims, that we have the financial strength to pay for that. And more or less the entire operations of asset management, around 120 people, are sitting actually in Bratislava. So if you are looking to the overall, the big picture of our asset management, and we are moving large numbers around, without Bratislava, we could not actually run our operations, and we could not exist. We have client management topics. We have topics which we call technical accounting, which is around capturing the premium, booking the premium correctly, taking care about once the claim is coming, that the claim can be paid. We have our HR center here in Bratislava, because Slovakia is a whitelisted country, so we can actually keep the data of the European Union members here in Slovakia, and therefore our HR center is here in Bratislava. We have established actually our corporate solutions teams, which is our insurance part of the Swiss Re. We have our IPTQ, which is actually our B2B2C part of the Swiss Re. So there are enough opportunities and jobs existing in Bratislava that I cannot count all of them.
Maybe in a 2/3 of the way, because there was so many things. So you are actually this kind of republic inside Slovak Republic. Now just a couple of things to our Slovak audience. Don't forget to go check the website with nightofchances.com, where you can see more about the Swiss Re opening positions. And just maybe one more thing to Rastio, that this thing the battery died, so I don't see any questions of our audience. So in the meantime, when they will fix it, also please ask the questions on slido.com, and we will ask them by the end of our interview. You mentioned the climate change and the environmental topics that you live by, and that you try to somehow solve with the Swiss Re and with your culture. So how does the Swiss Re lives its culture, and what is the culture of Swiss Re, by the corporate culture?
Yeah. So actually, what I like a lot around the Swiss Re is that there is a purpose, which is which I can actually connect with. So our purpose is we would like to make the world more resilient. So now it sounds like so what does that mean? It is very simple. If you are looking actually that nearly 75% of the world is not insured. So we are talking around elements which are coming out of the climate change. We are talking around elements which are related to the cyber risk. We are talking around elements which have to do with the natural catastrophes, aging, longevity, all these topics. 75% of the world is not insured. And I believe that if you are looking actually to that, what we are doing, we are really proud that we try to actually close this gap. So this year, we paid billions of claims. Now, usually when this year we wrote actually 800 million loss, 878 million loss actually this the year 2020. And usually the companies are coming and explaining, that was pandemic, that was this, that was that. We see this as part of our job. We are a kind of shock absorber in the system. And when these type of problems are appearing, we are here to take care about them. And And I believe that is actually what is making us quite strong, and also connecting with the people, because there is a purpose that we are looking at, and we are investing in it as well. And this purpose is going then hand in hand with a few topics like climate change, and the element of sustainability. So we signed actually 2018 the UN Global Impact Business Ambitions for 1.5 degrees agreement and group, and committed ourselves to create net zero CO2 till 2050. Now you're saying, oh, till 2050, that is now 30 years from now. So what is ambitious around that? The point is that you need to be completely CO2 neutral, till that time. So all our operations, and to our operation it belongs also our everything upstream and downstream, all our vendors and providers and suppliers, needs to be on the same way. We need to actually do the right investments. So not investing actually in anything, which is increasing, the CO2 footprint of the world. We need to do a reasonable and sustainable underwriting, that we are not underwriting businesses which are actually increasing the CO2 footprint. And also we need to have a very transparent governance, so that we can actually also show this topic, to the world. So with that said, the element of sustainability, is becoming a massive element, and this sustainability is something that we are also carrying into our business, creating actually more resilience in the world that we are living, and helping to build, rebuild, and absorb all these shocks which are coming one after another.
I remember that actually that was probably the first time I knew a long time that there is something like Swiss Re in Bratislava, but with your campaigns and these kind of activities inside the city, that was the first time I got really aware that, okay, this is some kind of company that probably is interesting in a way when they are trying to communicate or do something with these topics. But I still got no clue what you are doing in Bratislava. I just seen that there are some like climate things you are trying to solve, and I was really impressed by that. So that got me interesting. So I really appreciate it. So this is this kind of purpose that you have inside the company. And what are other maybe attributes or parts of your corporate culture? So when I would join Swiss Re, what should I expect? How will it feel there? Or what are your maybe some kind of values or something? I don't know if you have it defined somehow.
Yeah, we have values, and I have to say that every company is spending time and sitting down and defining their values. But then there is a difference, if the company is starting to live those values or frame those values and put it on the wall or on the website. So this is something typical. We are really trying actually to live our values in a way that is also making sense to our people. So I mean, our values are the classical. I mean, we start with integrity, being honest, being open, actually being transparent in that what we are doing. That is actually reflected in the way how we are communicating with the people. We are telling them the reasons and the background behind certain topics, why it is happening, something in this way and that way. And if we are not doing that, there's always the environment that the people can come and ask, and they're getting an answer. Then is the element of passion for performance. So we would like to change the world. We would like to make the world more resilient. Therefore, we need also to really perform and deliver on those topics. We are not an NGO. So we have shareholders, and the shareholders would like to see that they are getting their dividends and the share price is increasing, and that is only possible if we are also actually making profit. And from this profit, the stakeholders can benefit, and therefore we need to actually perform. Team spirit is absolute key. We are actually a company which really believe in together we are smarter. And only so we can actually get better in everything that we are doing. The topic which is quite important, and now it became a little bit buzzword, but is important to us, is the element of agility. I have to say that is also an area that in the past 2 years, we tried more intensively to work around that, because the nature of our business is you are not fast. You are looking actually to the risk from all different type of angles, before you are taking a decision. And therefore, a lot of people are believing, that the company is very slow in decision-making process. But that is actually because of the nature of our business. We would like to understand, what are the elements, what are the risks that we are dealing with. But in the last 2 years, we started to invest more actually, changing and adapting a little bit this element of agility, becoming faster, being more courageous, questioning, and also trying actually to act at speed, which also the clients need, is around that. And last but not least is, of course, the most important topic, client centricity. That what we do needs to also create a value for our clients, otherwise it's not making sense. And these are the values that the company has. And I have to say, if I am looking actually to weigh how many people we let go actively from Swiss Re, mostly were people who could not share with us this type of attitude. And that's the reason why we are saying we are not hiring the people because of the knowledge that they are bringing to the company. The company has a lot of opportunities to train the people and to develop them, on the technical side. But the attitude is something that the people need to bring. We're hiring for attitude, and this is key because that is actually the area that you can only work in a team, if you have the right attitude. You can only perform if you have the right attitude, and that is actually the element which is extremely important, for that what we are doing. Some people are saying it is not always easy to get into Swiss Re, and we are a little bit tough sometimes, in our selection process and so on. I have to say, because we would like actually to be sure, that we are actually bringing somebody in which we can also provide the developmental support that they need, to grow and help us to grow.
So two things that you mentioned, and I think two questions also from our audience, and now I will switch more to the questions from the audience. So I also want to encourage you guys, go to slido.com and use hashtag #NotSwissRe and ask the questions, and also go to nightofchances.com and check the Swiss Re booth with all the possible openings that they have. You mentioned this performance and delivery, and that's completely normal. You are a business, you have stakeholders, you need to get results. But connected to that, there is this big topic right now, past maybe 1 or 2 years, the mental health of the employees and the burnout. So what do you do? That's one of the questions we have. What do you do for mental health of your employees at Swiss Re? And I think we also had one more that was connected to the topic of the burnout. So what do you do to prevent these kind of things?
So I'm very proud actually to say just today I posted a LinkedIn post that Swiss Re signed become a signatory of the global collaboration for better workplace health, mental health, which is actually exactly looking in these type of elements. We are trying actually to create an environment that is safe for the people. That they are not anxious. I am actually put too much under pressure. The physical health and the mental health are as important for us as each other. And we would like to actually also destigmatize this element of the mental health. That there is you're not talking about actually mental health, because otherwise it could be seen in a negative way. This safe environment is extremely important. That is the first, that is a foundation. Then we have actually something that we call Pathways. There's a program called Pathways. And this program is training ambassadors in the company in different locations. We have already hundreds of them. And 4 colleagues here in Slovakia also is going to be trained soon on this pathway, which are trying actually to provide knowledge, share actually experiences, show the people actually the areas that they could do something on their own, but there are also elements that maybe they can get and seek help. We are providing a lot of training to our leadership and to our management, to see the signals around these topics. Now, especially during the pandemic, the situation of 2 families are not the same. There are families which have small kids at home and they need to take care, beside work, also taking care about the kids. There are families who are actually alone, and somehow isolated, and there are actually those who are living with elderly people and need to take care about them. So looking actually to this different environment, the challenges are different, and therefore it's quite important that you are acknowledging and offering people solutions which is giving them more flexibility, because that is also what the younger generation and also the future generation is looking for. And what is quite important is also we are offering actually a 24/7 hotline, which quite the professionals can provide actually support and advice in a completely anonymous way, so that we even don't know actually who are actually using these services. But if the people are feeling anxiety or some kind of problems that they don't want actually to talk to their employer, to their manager, to their colleagues, that is a safe place that they can go. A lot of webinars, a lot of tips and tricks, ever since we've moved actually into this lockdown mode last year. Every Wednesday, we are providing more or less tips and tricks, from yoga to simple tricks how to better sleep, how to better organize yourself, to reduce the topic of the challenges and the risk of the mental health on the job. And I have to say that I was just on my own visiting on Friday one of these webinars. The name of that was Burn Out versus Burn Bright, and was actually offering techniques to somehow overcome the type of problems that we have. And there was one very nice statement which was made. So the people were asked actually how it is working from home. And actually, most of the people are not feeling that they are working from home, rather they are leaving at work. And that is actually giving a massive challenge to all of us, because I, for example, I'm not commuting at the moment during the lockdown, but the 2 hours are invested fully in the working time. So I have now 2 more hours to work, and now somebody can come and say, you are not disciplined enough to somehow start later. But I see also the need, and for that you need to create an environment which is giving the people actually this flexibility.
Speaking about flexibility, we have another question connected to the flexibility, and also from my experience trying to hire designers to my studio, I see that the younger generation, that it's like this kind of hard-working stereotype, working weekends and nights that used to be, for example, in my field, in advertising and design, is totally gone, and they want to have this like work-life balance, still more, even more on this life part of it, and that's totally fine if you can combine it somehow, because you still have to have some results. It's not just like a hobby. And the question is that, what do you think about 4-day labor week? Will we see it anytime soon?
Look, let me tell you actually how we are dealing with these topics. First in Swiss Re, So in Swiss Re we have something that we call own the way you work. That means you have the time available from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the evening, that you can actually distribute your 8 hours around after talking to your manager, and agreeing actually with your line managers and saying, look, I would like to go to gym, therefore, from 11 to 12, I am out, or from 11 to 1, I am out. And as long as this is agreed, we have all these type of flexibility. All of our employees are equipped actually also with laptops and so on. They can work from anywhere, and we are also investing a lot actually in the trust element. So we don't want to actually chase our people. We would like that they are feeling free and they are actually contributing to the success of the company. That said, that what you mentioned, the work-life balance is important. I fully agree with you, and that has to do also with the generation change, etc. However, it depends actually if you are doing something which you like and which is purposeful, and you are actually getting motivated and engaged by doing that, or you are doing something only to pay your bills. And of course, we need all to pay our bills as well. There are certain jobs that are also not fun, and we need to do them. I am not doing actually my tax return, but I know that if I'm not going to do that, I am getting a problem. So it is a balance that you need to bring in. Now, with all these elements of automatization, and more the technology which is coming in and simplifying actually the work, we are probably going to see, that the working hours are going to reduce. That is something that some people are saying, oh, impossible. But if you look actually go 100 to 150 years back, how much work the people were doing at that time and how much we are working today, we are working actually half of the time that they were working. So the people in the factories were starting actually early in the morning, and they had a 12 hours job, including Saturdays. Only the Sundays were off. Farmers had anyhow, working day and night. So that said, we are going to see these topics are coming. And I believe that we are getting away from, and that's now my personal view, we are getting away from this strict labor hours, rather gaining actually more and more flexibility. And the companies which are offering that type of flexibility are going to be the companies, which also the people are going to look to join them.
I also with the, as you mentioned, with the work hours in the past, also the weekend itself is actually quite new concept. It didn't exist before, so there was this kind of religious day, but also quite a lot of people worked during that time because they were farmers, etc. So it's quite new. You mentioned that all the employees have laptops and they have this kind of flexibility when they agree on it with their managers. And one of the questions of our audience is, do you reimburse costs people have working from their homes? And or maybe to even make it a bit broader question, how do you help them, or is there something how you help them to get the most of their home offices right now? You mentioned those seminars during Wednesdays, and I can imagine that this is something of how you can help them. And is there something else?
Yeah. So first of all, actually, we are trying actually to acknowledge the time that the people need to work, and that is quite individual topic, which each and every team needs to define for their own, how they are delivering. I have to say that for us it's quite important that we are staying in touch also with each other, and connected. And because our concept was around everybody is getting a laptop, everybody can work from anywhere. So it was not any issue for us that from one day to another, go from 100% physical to 100% virtual. Now, the point is that we supported those who needed, for example, larger screens, because they were working actually in large Excel sheets or needed actually some stuff. We supported those. But in general, I would say our focus was that the people are arranging and organizing themselves. We gave them some small benefits, that they can buy the most important topics for themselves. However, if you are looking actually to the environment that we are in, having the job, being able to work, having the possibility that you are not actually in a fear that you can lose the job or be sent home, having actually this connection with the company, these are important elements as well that you should not neglect. We also did not cut any kind of benefits, etc. as well. We not only kept the number of people, we grew actually, and also, we last year did not cut anything on the bonuses. This year, we are not going to do that based on the economic developments. So that said, we are a very stable environment, at the moment.
So you mentioned that the selection process of Swiss Re is not that easy, or it's not that easy probably to get in. So maybe if you can elaborate more on that. And we have also one of the questions that, how does the hiring and onboarding process look like these days? Because it must be quite hard, frankly, to join a new company when you are working from home, you do not see your colleagues. So if you have maybe some tricks how you handle this, and also if you can maybe explain more, how does the selection process look like these days when we have this COVID pandemic?
So first of all, I said that we are hiring for attitude. That is actually quite important to us, and that's also the reason why we are investing more time to better understand, this element of, are we hiring the people who are a right fit, to that what we are doing. that is actually the part which is a little bit, we are investing more time on it. Yeah. What is happening is today when you are going and looking actually into the job offerings, and every job is actually posted. Yeah, we are as transparent as possible all over the Swiss Re group, not only Bratislava. Yeah, you can find. And once the people upload their CV, yeah, it is landing actually with our recruitment teams. There are going to be very fast actually responses that we receive that. A very fast response actually, okay, that's actually something that we need to move to the next phase, or maybe you are not the right fit for this type of job. So that is a quite fast interaction. And then we are going to a number of activities, interviews, small tests, or something like that, dependent on the role and the topic that we are looking at. And once actually more or less the agreement is there and the contract is signed, nowadays is working in this way that the colleagues are coming at the beginning of the month or 15th of the month, yeah, for something around half an hour, yeah, to the office to pick up the laptop. And the moment that they're picking the laptop, they're getting also the instruction how the virtual courses are starting. So the first topics are around how to use the laptop, how to set up your access rights, how to get to the areas. We have a body concept, yeah, that more or less, yeah, each and every team is defining somebody who is accompanying the new joiner with us, explaining, yeah, how Swiss Re is working, yeah, and during a period of time, also offering all type of support, yeah, and connecting, yeah, that the people can build the network. And all of these are happening, yeah, in a virtual mode at the moment. And I have to say, I am actually talking to the new joiners something around 1.5 months after they're joining the company, so that they have a little bit chance to make a few experiences and come completely out of this honeymoon period. And during this period, I'm also actually asking and challenging, yeah, what is working well, what is not working. Also explaining them a little bit the strategy, yeah, and our leadership as well, yeah, trying actually to bring these topics in. So we are in permanent contact with our people, and I have to say, in future, we would like to see also more colleagues actually in the office as well. But to be quite frank, the future is probably not going to be as it was before. We are going to have probably more balance between home and office, yeah.
A connected question to this in a way, because if you want to join Swiss Re, at first we have to go to nightofchances.com and check Swiss Re booth, and you can see the openings that they have there, or just go check their website. But the question for the CEO of Swiss Re, Nima, what are the most promising majors to study today, in your opinion?
So I would say, you know, technology is going to change. No, this is not this. I mean, my first answer is everybody needs to look actually where are the strengths, yeah, that they have. Yeah, some people are good in math, some people are good actually in social contact, some people are good in designing, yeah, and communication. So first of all, the most important part of the story is what I believe that I have strengths, because what I'm also telling to the people, you know, the main reason, main benefit out of a feedback is that you understand actually where are maybe your blind spots. However, you should always invest in your strengths. Yeah. If you are investing in your strengths, you are becoming exceptional. If you are investing actually in your weaknesses, the best case you are becoming mediocre. So that is actually the first topic. Areas that have probably are going to be in massive demand, yeah, in future are around the technology, yeah, around the technology, and now it's coming a different aspect to the game. Every study is becoming actually a technology study. So it is not so that, oh, I'm going now and studying engineering, yeah, because engineering has nothing to do with IT. Sorry, yeah, engineering without IT does not exist, yeah. If you are looking actually even a mechanic, yeah, is nowadays, yeah, need to actually know enough about the IT, otherwise is not able to repair the cars, yeah. With that said, the technology is going to play a massive role, yeah, and then there are other type of jobs, yeah, which are related to the human interaction, yeah, which are going to be also in high demand, yeah, coaches, yeah, specialists, yeah, the personnel specialists, activities which are having to do with clients, how you are actually helping, supporting them, understanding their needs. So the range is quite wide. It is not that you're narrowing yourself, rather it is getting more and more opportunities which are coming and crossing our ways. And I'm very happy that in Swiss Re Bratislava we are offering really a lot of perspectives and a lot of areas that the people can invest their strengths in.
In a way, again, connected question a bit. Swiss Re company with a lot of lifetimers, and if yes, why? So do you have a lot of lifetimers, these kind of people that work at Swiss Re a long time? And also there was one question on Slido, so if you have any question, please go to slido.com and ask them or upvote the questions you want me to ask Nima. There was a question about if you have, if I remember it correctly, 50 plus people working at Swiss Re, not on management positions. So I think in a way those two are connected.
Yeah, so I have to say that, let's start actually with the second one. Bratislava is only 15 years old. So this year we are celebrating the 15th anniversary of our location and then our presence in Slovak market. So there are colleagues here who joined us actually from day one, and they are still with us. I have to say that we have quite a healthy attrition. Because having no attrition is not good. You are getting completely disconnected. We have a very healthy attrition, and I have to say this attrition is also quite balanced. Now, if I'm looking and analyzing this attrition, I see that the majority of these attritions are with the people who are 2 or maximum 3 years with us. Why? These are mostly actually people who are coming and having Swiss Re as a first job of their career perspective, or at the beginning of their career. When you are at the beginning of your career, you would like to make experiences, you see. Now, I would say even maybe this is not a good start to land with Swiss Re first, because you could say, oh, every other company is looking just like Swiss Re, so I'm going and trying now tomorrow with somebody else. And then you are somehow realizing, no, there are certain elements that are different from company to company. So that's also an area that we are quite open. We are actually allowing, and that also those colleagues who left us because they wanted actually to experience different type of jobs and so on, and then see that maybe in Swiss Re they had a better, to come back to us. We are open for that type of activity. Now, Swiss Re has the largest population, the largest number of the millennials, in the entire Swiss Re group, and it has to do also with the age of the location, that's the point. But we have also people, who are actually joining us, and bringing a lot of experience with themselves, and we are a very diverse and inclusive company. We are not actually saying, oh, when you have reached a certain age, we are not going to take you into the company, because that is not the way how we are thinking. We would like to bring all this diverse type of thinking, all this diverse knowledge into our company, and so benefit from the whole exercise. Language is, of course, a topic, because it is a truly international environment, and we are all speaking in English, regardless where we are located, and that is actually the condition, and then based on the experiences, we are more than happy actually to bring everybody in who is a good fit, to our company, and also to the tasks which we are looking for.
We have 2 questions. Maybe a bit about investing in a way, and I have one more here. So 2 questions from our audience at slido.com. First one is, would Swiss Re invest into cryptocurrencies? If yes, and then if can anyone invest into Swiss Re with the application like Revolut or Robinhood? So we have these 2 questions. So will or would Swiss Re invest into cryptocurrencies?
So look, we have one of our major attributes in Swiss Re is our financial strength. We need to be able that when the times are getting rough, we are able to immediately pay. That's actually also our commitment to our clients, which is actually defining also more or less who we are. Now. Therefore, our investment strategy is very diverse, but very cautious, that we are not actually investing in topics, which can create, a massive volatility. That at certain point of time, the monies, that are trusted to us, are getting disappeared. That is something that I'm saying at the moment. The cryptocurrencies, are not having actually the stability, which is required, for dealing with the money of the clients, in a proper way, so that you're going and massively investing in them. That is the first question. The second question, you need to help me, because what do you mean?
We have one new right now connected to what you just answered. So where does actually Swiss Re invest mostly? If you can answer it somehow.
Actually, we are investing actually in the state bonds, in the corporate bonds. A lot of stuff. Asset management had a very diverse portfolio. Which is looking to somehow balance the whole topic, that once a crisis is happening, that we are not putting all our eggs in one basket. And so we are diversifying ourselves, but not in the cryptocurrency. That is actually, we are not so much actually in the speculative elements. You need also to think about that when it's coming actually to topics around pandemic now this year. We reserved 4 billion to pay. Out of this 4 billion, a portion were event cancellation, a portion were business disruption, but then a portion was mortality, that we have to care about. And nobody would like to hear suddenly that the last line of defense, which we are, after us is nobody else, is not able then to pay your claims. So because of that, we have a very, very responsible investment.
So it's not lost. The Bitcoin will go up and then down and then again up. I have a question connected actually to, and that second question was about if anyone can actually buy Swiss Re stock with this kind of mobile application that are out there now. I don't know if you know them, like Revolut. That's the app where you can, like on one tab, you can buy some shares of a company. So if you're a publicly traded company, if there is a chance where we can actually buy your stock.
You can buy normally by buying any kind of stocks. When we are talking actually using the platforms, that are existing. We are listed. Company in Switzerland. And also in US. So that is actually not a deal to buying our stocks. How you are actually, which platform now you can especially use to buy that, I don't know the platform Robinhood, so therefore I cannot say anything about that one. I don't know how this works. Is this a completely anonymized or something like that? I have no knowledge around them.
On Revolut, because I use that app and I haven't seen you there, but I'm not 100% sure, so I need to check again. Connected to these three questions, I have the question of how to boost and support financial literacy in everyday life, because we've seen it now during the pandemic. People they were not insured, or they managed their money really not in a wise way, so they got into troubles. So is there any way how we can actually support this financial literacy, or is there something that actually Swiss Re is doing in this field?
So, as I said, one part of our job is actually creating the risk insight, so that the people are understanding what type of risk they have. And this is happening, either with our partners or with our clients. So if we are helping actually insurance companies to better understand the type of risk that they are dealing with. Look, insurance business is just like a lottery. A lot of people are coming and paying in, and only a few people are getting it out. Now the lottery is about gambling and so on, is around actually winning. In our case is when something is going south. That then you have actually a safety net. That is actually the principle of insurance. Now everything which is then landing in a pot that a lot of people are paying in and a lot of people are getting out, is not insurable. So because then you cannot deliver your promise. That's as simple as that. And therefore it is very important that not only the insurance companies but also the people understand their risk profile and what they are actually getting into that. I had today just a conversation with a colleague who is living close to an airport, and they have a high-rise building, and she was telling me, look, within our property insurance, the case of an aeroplane crashing into the building is not covered because it is too close to the airport, and no insurance company would like to actually take that risk. Yeah, so that has to do that something that you need to understand why and what are the other chances that you can have to somehow mitigate that type of risk. Yeah, before you are actually leaving the house and going and buying somewhere else, a flat or a house. Yeah, and that is actually something that we are doing a lot. To also educate that when something like that is happening, that we are there to help the people, we are there to help the insurance companies, and that they are not left alone. And we are quite proud. We paid billions this year on claims, and therefore we made loss. Our business was quite underlying business was quite positive, but because of the COVID and because we paid as a shock absorber, more or less, is our job and duty to take care about that.
Speaking about risk, are you considering COVID vaccination for employees to speed up return to the office? That's the question from the audience.
So my question is going to be, I would love to actually say yes, but you see how difficult it is to get the vaccination at the moment. Yeah, so not even the
we
countries.
We can fly them in from Russia, in millions. So right now,
not even the countries are getting actually the right number of vaccinations. So this cannot be answered in this way. So maybe later on, because we are offering, for example, we offered last year, flu vaccination. Because of pandemic, it was also limited, so we could not offer to everybody that, but still we offer that. And once it's becoming normal, that could be actually something that maybe we are including into our program and offering to our people, but not at this stage that the whole country needs to go through the vaccination exercise.
Another question from the audience, interesting one and connected to your team and to the people working at Swiss Re in a way. How long do your risk do your risk predicting models see the pandemic last?
So we believe that at the current stage, if not massive mutations are coming in, we have actually a light at the end of the tunnel. Which is quite promising, with the vaccination. We saw actually last year this business disruption element and also the element of event cancellation and so on, had their peak somewhere around second quarter and then slightly around the fourth quarter. But now with the vaccination, we believe that we are stepping actually step by step into the normality, and it will going to take from my personal view, and this is not now Swiss Re, but my personal view, I am not counting that this year is going to be a normal year, and somewhere around second half of the year, we are all back to the way how we were used to. I sense that probably till fourth quarter, if everything is going well, we will need till fourth quarter to stabilize, and hopefully next year we are coming to normality. All depends actually in the hands of the government and how fast they are organizing the vaccination, and vaccinating the people.
Thank you. I think one of the last questions. If you had one do-over in your life, what would it be? That's a tough one. If you had one do-over in your life, what would it be? So what you would change maybe, or what you would do differently? But that's really a tough question probably.
So actually, I do not regret anything in my life till now, and I would probably do everything together. I was just reading last year a book, which was around investment guide, and I was telling myself I had to read this book as I was 25. Because then I had much more opportunities actually to use that. However, there is never late. Actually, when you are actually fishing, the fish out of the water is fresh. So I am not regretting anything, and I am really thinking quite positively to that what we can all achieve. I am a believer in the learning. And that is also something that we are telling also to all our people in the company. Swiss Re is investing a lot in education and in development of the people, but, and that is a but with that, only for those who are willing to invest in themselves. The times are over, that your company would purely take care about your development. This is now time of lifetime learning. This is something that you need to actually to invest in yourself, and the company is offering all those type of tools and systems and knowledge that you need, but the investment is on your side. Yeah?
We have right now we have last 5 minutes of questions, so I want to encourage anyone to ask and go to slido.com and ask your questions. Also go to nightofchances.com or .online and check the booth of Swiss Re, where you can see all the options that you have inside this wonderful company. And we have a couple of more questions. What are Swiss Re reinsurance plans vis-a-vis space exploration?
So we are actually involved actually in aviation, and also space reinsurance and projects and so on. There's nothing that is not insurable. The question is how much, and at the end, how much risk is in it, and how much does it cost. I cannot now share with you all the type of details, but looking actually to the number of the projects which are starting now around actually reusage of the rockets that are going to be used, bringing satellites, better usage actually of the orbit laboratories, dreams around Moon and Mars and all this stuff. I believe that we are going to see a meaningful growth in this area, but how much it is and how we are going to get involved in that is dependent from the project and the type of risk that we are getting into. We have a number of engineers who are really analyzing all these type of stuff, and I believe that now an expert needs to come and give a proper answer around that.
Nice. It must be interesting to see those calculations, so it's really an interesting topic. Another question, have you ever thought of starting your own business?
Yes, I thought about starting my own business, but at the other side, I am someone who would like to work with people, and with a large number of people. And I have to say that for me, it was easier to join a company and help to change that company from inside together with others than establishing my own business. And there's also element of the risk aversity that is coming in. So you need also to think about how much growth you can have. Now there are certain ideas. If you have the right idea, you can grow and become the Apple and Microsoft and Teslas of this world. If not, then you are actually a small light, which is going on and off, and then you can do actually something else. So with that said, I decided actually to go to the corporate world because there is much more brighter ideas and knowledgeable people who can help me to change actually the company from inside.
Another question that we have, do you have days when you don't use any digital technologies at all, including your smartphone?
No. Sorry, I have to say, I really would love to lie to you and say, yes, there are a few days that I'm not doing that, but this is a lie. This is not the case. I have to say, the moment that I'm not using, for example, my iPhone, for the business purposes, I am using that. I'm listening to audiobooks. So the moment that I'm using the audiobooks is automatically then used. And so the answer is no. And I gave up this type of dream. I sense that each and every person needs to define, for him or herself, what is the best, and what is the best way to cope, and to strengthen their resilience, if you are looking to the topic of resilience is how you are overcoming the setbacks, how you are dealing with the change, and how we are dealing with adversity. It is not so much around training, and at the end of the day, never participating in a run. So the situation is different from person to person, and there's also a reason why you see, for example, the elderly people, the elderly generation, sometimes is much more resistant to a number of topics and crises, which are coming, because they had some setbacks and they learned to stand up again. It is not so much that you are going to the ground. It is happening in all of our lives. We are losing beloved people. We are actually going to terrible times. We are not getting what we want. But the point is, once you are going down, how you are coming up. And for that, there are certain techniques, that you need to have: support, positive attitude, good sleep, good nutrition, all of this stuff. But it is also a lot around you. Somebody was saying life is 90% how you take it and 10% how you make it. So with that, I believe that so you can define more or less actually the direction that you would like to head in your life.
Nice. We have maybe last 2 or 3 questions connected to the resilience topic, because that's also the topic of Swiss Re in a way. So what are Swiss Re lessons learned from all the global crises since 1863? Because you are like really a long-standing company. So is there anything that you learned and you can share with us, like inside the company, this kind of know-how?
We learned actually a lot. Actually, these are the areas that we are actually working in, are all areas that we are permanently learning around them. So the topic of the climate change was something that we started actually to investigate in the 70s. So that is not actually something new to us. The whole natural catastrophe, building those type of databases around earthquakes, hurricanes, etc. If we are looking actually to aging population, and what is coming with that, the challenges for the economies, what is helping us, type of diseases, how we are actually mastering them, how we are going to have a better and healthier life. Cybercrime, which is at the moment quite in and quite top on the agenda of all insurance companies. How we are dealing actually with the topic of cybercrime. So we are learning actually every day. But if you would like to actually hear the story of how reinsurance idea was more or less developed and actually created, was the first reinsurance company was the Colon Re, which was established, I think, 1842, and that was actually a result of the fire in Hamburg. Swiss Re, was established 1868. So we are 163. We are now 158 years, in business, And that was actually a fire, in a town, Glarus, in Switzerland, which then insurances could not pay. And that was actually more or less, the birth hour, for Swiss Re. And what actually more or less strengthened the entire reinsurance company was again a fire, 1906, as there was the earthquake of San Francisco. And after the earthquake, there was a huge fire which destroyed nearly the entire city. And that was actually the massive rethinking, that we need more insurance and reinsurance companies to deal with the whole topics, So we are learning out of all these type of exercises. And that's the reason why we are so long around, because we are permanently investing in this knowledge. And now we would like even to better understand and get more knowledgeable by using the data that we have over more than 1.5 centuries.
Thank you very much, Nima. I think we can spend hours actually talking about all these topics and all these nice questions. And I have maybe like 15 more here, but I think we ran out of time actually like 10 minutes ago. So we should end it up somehow. Thank you very much for joining us here. It was an honor for me to actually interview. So thank you very much for your time. I have one more question that is for me. This is just for me. So, but if anyone else will have any kind of effect or will enjoy it, and I hope they will, give me one book that I should listen to. One tip on the book that you recently listened to that is really time well spent. So this year I spent in a few good books, which was a little bit longer and so on than the average 20, 30, 20, 50 pages book. The one that I can recommend is 12 Rules for Life from Jordan Peterson. I don't know if you have read that. Another book that I can really recommend is the Laws of the Nature from Robert Greene. Robert Greene is really a master. He wrote the book Power, which the first time as I read the book, I thought, oh my God, this guy is teaching actually how to become a kind of a-hole. But at the other side, I learned that actually there's a lot more that you can learn out of this book. I also read, I'm reading at the moment actually a book, is a German book, I don't know if there's an English version existing, is around self-organization needs leadership.
Yeah, and that has to do with the agile structure and agile environment that we are putting together. And I have to say that there are a lot of lessons that we can learn out of experiences of other companies and how they dealt with the whole topic. And this is also quite a relevant topic also for us in Swiss Re. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. Thank everyone for their questions. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are listening or watching it online, or you will listen and watch it later on. Thank you very much, Nima. Hope to see you in person sometimes when this whole pandemic will end. And all the best to your company. And I hope you will help us make Slovakia a better place to live, to work, and that we will all together also fight those climate changes with companies big and important such as yours, pushing this topic forward. I think there is actually the light at the end of the tunnel. So thank you very much again, and thank you all for watching this.
Thank you very much, Jakub. It was an honor. Thank you.